Every once in a while, I do an interview with someone who missed the memo. The memo that the interviews are supposed to be a surprise. It's supposed to allow me to give someone some grand introduction, allow me to hype them up, get everyone guessing. Everyone's like, yo, is it gonna be SONTO today? And then when I'm sitting here not telling them they're right or they're wrong, instead I'm continuing to hype up whoever the person is. And then at the end, I'm like, today we have SONTO coming on for the Dual Blade interview. Let's go! Yeah, SONTO just doesn't get an introduction, I guess. I dragged him in, but he's deafened. It's okay. I heard he's taking a bathroom break.
Hello.
Yo, what up, bro?
I'm so sorry.
it's all good. You weren't the first, and I'm sure you won't be the last. It is all good, bro. Okay. We got the double overlay on this screen. This is actually goated. It's like I'm talking to an actual cartoon character. It's sick.
Yeah, it's me. It's me.
That's sick as hell. All right, start off. I don't know if you've seen any of the interviews, but I usually just get people to start off by like, show us some like cool shit that Dual Blade can do, that your class can do. Like start off strong on a selling point. Okay, you don't have to explain it. You can if you want to, but like, I just want to see. Make sure the animations are on for whatever you're about to do, unless it's like crazy. But yeah, let's just see it.
I gotta find an empty channel for this.
Okay.
You're gonna be like, what the fuck? All right. So this is the map that we're in, right?
Got
these portals. This is the entire map.
Yep.
Watch this.
Okay.
And then we do that again.
So you used one skill and you cleared the entire map?
One skill. I cleared the entire map.
Okay.
And if you have a lot of cooldown reduction, you can do this every single respawn. You don't have to wait. But you need to have 5 seconds of cooldown reduction to do this.
Damn, okay.
So the reason why this is possible is because Blades of Destiny, this is our 5th job skill. It activates 5 times in a row. So that's where this chase cut activation is called. That just means that this skill will activate 5 times in a row. But there's like a little bit of a delay between each cast. So since I'm right here, I can down jump, cast it, take the portal, and it'll follow me to this new location. So I'm hitting like 3 parts of the map at the same time.
And it's a gigantic hitbox.
Yes, it follows you. So like this, boom. So that's the entire map.
Yeah.
Like that. This was how I used to farm when we didn't have Soul Janus yet, and I would like have Fountain.
Yeah.
Like normally I would put Fountain like right here. I would stand right here, down jump, Blades of Destiny, take the portal, and I would reset by coming back here again. And it would just do this over and over and over again for hours.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So I think that's probably one of the coolest things about Dual Blade is the versatility of just this one skill alone.
Yeah.
Blades of Destiny. So it makes mobbing.
If you don't have a cooldown, well, we can talk about like specifics of like other farming options. But if you have like a smaller cooldown hat, would you still do that and have it like just be a slightly delayed on your rotation?
Yeah. So I can show you like a quick example of what that would look like. Actually, I don't have the cool. So I would start off by doing this, right? And then for this next wave, right, wait for the wave to respawn. So when it respawns, I would just rotate between my other 2 skills.
Okay.
So I would use Sudden Raid here, come down here, drop a Blade Tornado, do a basic mobbing skill, and then on the next respawn, I would have Blades of Destiny again.
Okay.
So you're just rotating between 2 sets of skills.
Yeah.
So wait for a respawn again.
Still pretty chill.
Yeah. Do that. Boom. And we're back here again, and we just rinse repeat.
Damn, this class is sick.
Like DB's mobbing is not bad at all.
Yeah.
It's just that there's a little bit of elbow grease involved when you don't have that good of a cooldown hat. But once you get to that -5 second threshold, all you do is basically just this.
Yeah.
Right. Especially when you have Soul Janus, like you're just only using that one skill really.
Yeah.
Later on.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the cool thing I wanted to show.
Shit. All right. Well, why don't you give us an introduction on yourself? How long you've been playing Maple, what got you into it, and what your own like personal achievements are within the game, like in terms of clearing bosses, like whether it's your current boss rotation or if you've been playing for a long time, like what some of your early clears have been like?
Okay. So I go by SONTO. Many people know me by Tummy because that's just my Maplestory's character.
Yeah.
I've been playing Maplestory basically since beta when it came out in North America.
Okay,
My
damn.
cousins got me into this game. Like we were all really, really young. Like I was maybe like 8 years old or something like that. Like we were all super young. We didn't know what we were doing.
Dude, I could
but,
not
like,
imagine playing this game when I was 8.
I haven't
Holy.
been playing since then, but it's been on and off. Like
Yeah.
there's been a good amount of years in between when I haven't played, but that's when I first started, really.
Yeah.
In terms of, I guess, achievements, I think that was the next thing you asked, right?
Yeah.
I was the first dual blade in Reboot, or I guess it's called Chronos now, to solo Black Mage.
Okay, shit.
And this was back when like you needed like basically the whole hour.
Yeah.
And it was the hardest I ever tried at something in this game for a long time.
Damn.
So that's still an achievement I'm pretty proud of, especially like back then, because like the standard of play was so much lower back then. Like no one really knew what they were doing, right? Like it's like if you were watching League of Legends, like challenger players back then in like 2013 versus challenger players now, it's like it's completely different.
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
The level of play today, Maplestory is a lot higher than it was before.
Yeah.
And honestly, I feel like a large part of that is just the community has gone a lot larger and more close knit, right?
Yeah.
With like Discord becoming like the main hub of socializing in this game, like just people are learning so much more. There's so much more content creators. There's so many more guides. Everyone's game is leveled up together, and I think that's really cool.
Yeah, all the good players can like share their information, so like the players that aren't as good can get close to caught up, and then it's like a leapfrog effect, right? Like some of the players that were maybe worse are now like just as good, but they figured out something new, and now they're sharing it with other players, and yeah, everyone's just getting better and better, like regularly. It's sick. It's sick.
And then in terms of my current bossing rotation, right now I'm doing Extreme Saren, doing Hard Calling still, doing Extreme Kalos, Hard Limbo, and of course, soloing Ex Lotus every week, right?
Yeah.
So that's what we're currently doing. I do have ambitions of trying to clear Baldrix. Like one of the things I would love to do is being part of a first clear party. Like that's something that I've been always wanted, but like it's much easier to say than it is to actually achieve, especially because like it's only been like I would say maybe only the last 2-3 years of balancing where like classes are a lot more closer now. There's not as egregious of this gap.
Yeah.
So in terms of like dual blades history, in terms of like their strength, they've had points of the game where they were just completely broken, right?
Yeah.
Like back in early 2000s, like maybe 2010. I don't remember exactly because I wasn't playing a dual blade back then, but dual blade on release was like the most broken thing ever. You had to like pay for your skill books with actual NX. Like it was a pay to win class. And then the next point where it was the strongest was during the adventure patch. This was still before 6-drop was even a thing. This was like I think this was like when there was only 2 V skills. So our first 2 V skills, or no, 3 V skills. When we had third V, which is our first skill was Blade Storm. This is our key down skill.
Okay.
Our second skill was Blade Tornado. That's what this is. And then we had Blades of Destiny, which I showcased earlier. So when we had these 3 skills, like DB was peak performance.
Yeah.
And the reason for that was because the damage cap at the time was really easy to hit if you were like just someone that played the game a lot.
Okay.
That's where you might have heard the term like being line capped, or you had a skill that was line split, because damage cap is so much easier to hit back then. So DB skills, they all hit a lot of lines already back then. So we were just ahead of the curve in terms of like, we just dealt more lines, therefore we did more damage.
Yeah.
And as a result of that, like Nexon's balancing wasn't that great. So we're like, people are upset about this, blah, 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 blah. We need to tune this character's numbers down. And since then, like these 2 skills, Blade Tornado and Blades of Destiny, they were nerfed, and they have never, from what I remember, they haven't really been buffed ever since that patch.
Oh shit, okay.
They've been buffed indirectly, right, with like 6-job enhancing your skills.
Yeah.
But basically, like it's the people still think that DB is still that broken from that era when it's like long gone, then like there's just so many more classes today that are just so much better in terms of just everything.
Yeah, I don't hear that much about dual blades these days. As someone coming into the community now, I don't hear much about like people you know, talking about how overpowered it is or whatever. It's not a class that I hear about that much.
I mean, we'll get into it, but this
for
class
sure.
has it's without spoiling too much, it has a lot of things that are good and also like, you know, a lot of things that are bad.
Okay. All right, well, without further ado, let's get into it. Let's start off by talking about the class's damage overall, specifically the burst. If you want to talk about the burst setup, the rotation itself, obviously we'll talk about like the every single skill like specifically in the rotation section. But if you just want to like set up a burst, show it off, and then maybe talk about how it performs compared to other classes.
Okay. I guess, you know what? I think the better showcase would just be, I'll just do a burst and Extreme Lotus, and then we can like kind of walk it from there real quick. Where's Lotus? There's Lotus. Okay, let me just make sure I have this. Okay. All right. Going to Extreme. So DB, actually, I'll explain afterwards. Let me just show you the damage.
Okay.
That's probably better that way.
But that origin's sick. Okay.
All right, so not quite 50%, but like pretty
close to it. Yeah.
Pretty close. So DB's burst rotation is pretty chill. Let me go into Dojo real quick.
Are you a 2-minute class or 3-minute class?
So this is a 3-minute class, but we burst every 90 seconds.
Okay.
So you would want to be in a 3-minute party as a dual blade.
Okay.
All right, let me summon all these this little bad boy out here real quick. Okay, I mean, just might as well put this on.
Sure, yeah.
So this class is basically, you only need like 2 sequences. You don't really have more than that. And oh my god, I just pressed the wrong button. I'm sorry. Oops. That's the button I click. There you go. Okay, apply. There you go. So this is our skill sequence. This top one right here is called Roar. So this is just our basic like adventure skill.
Okay.
This is like the skill that applies to the same branch. So you're playing motion. So when you cast this skill that's in like your hyper thing here, that this works for motions and also limbs, right?
Yeah.
So this is the explorer version of that.
Yep.
Every explorer in the party that is one will get this. This is your goddess. We have Shadow Walker, which is a thief common skill for explorers. So Shadower, Night Lord, Dual Blade that have this skill basically just puts you into dark side for 30 seconds and you can't really exit it. So any debris that could hit you, you're just safe for the most part.
Yeah.
Some debris are special in this game, but yeah, it keeps you safe and gives you damage. You have your Oz Ring, you have your AB Link, I'm sure you know what that is, and then the global thief common that every thief has is just Last Resort. So this is your first sequence.
Okay.
And then since you are a 3-minute class and you are a dual blade, you burst every 90 seconds. This is where you would use your second sequence. This is for your second mini burst where you use Blade Storm again. Okay. So instead of this Roar, it would just be Weapon Jump. So AB Link, Last Resort, and that's it.
Okay.
Those are your only buffs. So very chill, just 2 sequences, and you're good to go.
Okay.
In terms of the burst ranking, I would say it's not bad. I would say it's probably above average. Dual Blade's burst is pretty condensed. You basically get like all your damage off, or like the big bulk of your damage off in like 10 seconds or so.
Oh damn!
Like
okay.
Maybe closer to like 11 to 12.
Okay.
And something that I failed to mention before is that, well, I showed you it a little bit, but Blades of Destiny is a 10-second cooldown, so you're always using the skill. You have Blade Tornado, 12-second cooldown. This is what this skill looks like. There's damage on top of you, and then there's a projectile. Then you also have Haunted Edge, which is another skill. This skill only procs when you use your Phantom Blow. Phantom Blow is like your main attacking skill.
Okay.
So I believe you're playing motion right now. So instead of so this will be like my equivalent of you kicking and punching.
Yeah.
Right. This is like the main bread and butter.
Yeah.
Right. So when I use this skill, it can trigger Haunted Edge, which has a 12-second cooldown as well, I believe. Let me double check. Yeah, 12 seconds.
Okay.
So that's what that looks like. There's also a mobbing version, but that's not really that important.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say like it's definitely above average. It's not like Kane, which you probably heard before. That is like it's a 6-minute class.
Yep.
But it is pretty sizable, especially because of the fact that since it's condensed, I am using Mugong Soul. If you don't know what this does, it's like your Mag Soul, except when you cast the actual skill, it gives you 30% attack for 20 seconds on a 150-second cooldown. It costs 250 soul, and you only have 1,000, right? So you can only use this 4 times in a fight. But the moment you die, you can't use it anymore.
Yeah.
Is the issue for you're cooked for the run.
Yeah.
So ideally, you would only use this every time you origin.
Okay.
So with this in conjunction with Risk Taker Ring of Restraint, DB's Burst, I would say it's like closer to the top than it is to the bottom for sure. Like middle of the pack, above average. It's not bad at all, especially during your origin.
Okay.
Where things can get confusing is, I mentioned this before, where like DB has a lot of good things and a lot of bad things. Without having like a standard, right? You know, you might have asked this before to your previous interviewees. We're like, oh, like how much of this class is burst and how much of this class is off burst, right?
Yep.
So I'm sure you know that. For like something like Night Lord, it's like your off burst just feels really bad. Or for Arc, you did an interview with Misusing.
Yeah.
He probably told you that, oh yeah, the burst is the key component of this class, and then your off burst just feels like you're just punching like at their shins and not really doing anything, right? So DB is more closer to like an all-rounder because we have these skills that you can use every 10 seconds or so.
Yeah. Okay.
It's really important that you have a lot of uptime, right?
Yeah.
Even after your burst, you still want to stick close to the boss and do your best to just keep using your skills off cooldown and keep attacking. Like you want to press on the attack. You don't ever want to let up. You want to stick to the boss as best as you can.
Yeah.
And keep attacking. So if I were to use the metric that, if DB's burst is 30 seconds long, because that's the duration of Shadow Walker, this is your 3-minute skill, and it gives you a lot of FD.
Okay.
When this expires, I would say that in a 6-minute BA, right? About full battle analysis, full rotation battle analysis.
Yeah.
30% of your damage is 40% of your damage is dealt in those 30 seconds.
Okay.
And then the next 60% is the damage you do after the fact.
Okay.
So until it comes back off cooldown, of the 100%, 40% of it is in those 30 seconds. The next 60% is after that until it comes back up.
Okay. So you want to rank it just above average for burst?
I would say it's during your origin, it's probably like a B plus to like an A. It's not bad at all.
Okay.
Like it's hard for me to say S, because if we're saying S is like the cream of the crop, like the top level of burst, it's not in the upper it's not up there.
Yeah. Okay.
But it's not bad by any means.
Okay. Okay, not bad. What about the off burst of the class then? What's that rotation look like? Like, what are you thinking about when you don't have your cooldowns up?
So, Phantom Blow is our main attacking skill, and it gets further boosted with Fifth Job. But with M3 and 4 now, we have a bunch of Mastery Cores that just further boosts the damage of Phantom Blow, right?
Okay.
So we're always using the skill. There's no cooldown on it, right? This is our first Mastery Core. Our second Mastery Core, which is Asura. If you read it, it says passive effect, Hexa Phantom Blow damage plus 106% points. So the key component here, or the key wording here, is points, right? What that means is that this skill, Phantom Blow, is 530% damage, right?
Uh-huh.
So because we have Mastery Core 2, adding passive damage to Phantom Blow, this becomes 636 now.
Okay.
And then with M3, we have it right, or M4, I believe. No, M3, right here. No, M4. Right here, this is also passively boosting the damage of Phantom Blow as well. So I believe when M4 is max, it adds about around like 0.9 to to 1 FD ish. So
Okay.
the rest of these cores are further improving our main attacking skill.
Okay.
So with the full release of our mastery cores now, DB's DPM, our off burst, is really, really like it's not terrible at all. It's like I would probably also say it's like above average as well.
Yeah. Okay.
The important thing is that what really determines if your DPM is going to be on a higher level than another class is really the cooldown hat.
Yeah. Okay. Because a lot of your damage comes from those skills that are like fairly short cooldowns that could be even shorter.
Yes.
Okay.
So since cooldown hat's really important on this class, it's hard to get more than -4 on reboot.
Yeah.
Like if you were trying to get -5, that you're already looking at like 1 point something trill meso.
Yeah.
Or like maybe even 3 trill meso, I think. I don't even remember the exact value, but like anyone that has it, they were extremely lucky.
Yep.
Right? And it does make a difference because the longer the fight, more rotations you get, more damage you output it, right?
Yeah.
So the off burst is definitely it's a lot better now, especially because of M3 and 4.
Yeah. So the off burst is mostly just like using your main skill and then like slamming the short like 10-second ish cooldowns just as they pop up.
Yep, exactly.
And that's how many cooldowns do you have? You have like 3 different or 2 different actives and then the 1 passive?
So with M3 and 4, this is something that it's still kind of like a asterisk. It improves our sudden raid, which you wouldn't ever really use before for damage, but the way this skill used to work is that it reduced the cooldown of Final Cut, which gives us like 40, like 60 FD or something like that. No, 40 FD. But now it doesn't have that feature anymore. It's just an AoE around you, like this.
Okay.
So I believe that once both your master cores are maxed, I believe it's worth using off cooldown, but there's like a kind of like a priority chart. Like you wouldn't use it if your other like these 2 skills are up, and you wouldn't use it if your Haunted Edge was up. Well, if all of them were on cooldown, it would be better than using 1 Phantom Blow. Okay. Is the idea. So the idea is that you're rotating between S, D, and F.
Okay.
Which is what I have here. So you would do Blade Tornado first, Blades of Destiny. If you have Haunted Edge, you Phantom Blow to proc it.
Yeah.
Then you do your sudden raid.
Okay.
So you're rotating between those 3 short cooldowns all the time.
Okay. Okay, not bad. So you want to rank this one like a little bit above average as well?
The off burst, yeah, I would say it's probably like if we think like average is like what, like C. You think average is
no,
C?
I would say average is B.
Average is B. I would say this is probably like B plus then, like
okay.
A B plus like A minus.
Yeah.
I don't think the off burst is bad at all.
Okay. Okay.
It definitely doesn't feel like Arc in a way. Like your off burst feels really meaningful. Like it actually feels like it will be the difference between like you phasing out sooner or later.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I respect that. All right. Let's talk about the class's mobility. I'm sure. I mean, it's a thief, so I'm sure you probably got a whole bunch of little tricks and stuff that you can show us. And I honestly, I really have not played this class like much at all, so I don't even remember what I had and didn't have.
I got you. I got the perfect map. This is like my favorite map for like just showcasing like DB's movement.
Okay.
Because it's like a little jungle gym.
Okay.
Honestly, like anyone else that watches the interview afterwards, like you guys should just come to this map to show off movement for your class.
Okay.
This is the game zone.
The game zone. I've never been here.
Yeah, the game zone. It's just a big map with a bunch of platforms.
Okay.
So this is like what I mean, like a little jungle gym.
Okay.
So we have, of course, your standard flash jump. That's what this is. But as a thief, you can use it twice.
Yep.
Right. And this is a little bit of a preference, but I don't keybind my flash jump. Some people do. Some classes can't even do that.
Yeah.
The advantage of keybinding flash jump is so that you can just like get immediate lift off. Like the moment you can jump.
Yeah.
But the moment you're off the ground, you can flash jump. So let me show you what that looks like, I guess. Hold on. Boom. So the moment I jump, boom.
Yeah.
It's much more different than where you see people gradually rise up and then they flash jump like this.
Yeah.
So there are situations where that's useful. For me, I kind of found like an in-between balance where I just have jump keep under control. And I actually use both controls depending on the situation.
Oh,
like,
damn, okay.
I use it with my left hand or I use it with my right hand. And if my right hand were to use it, my thumb's hitting it. My right hand thumb. So the idea would be that left hand side is where I put buffs. And I'm always interacting with these skills. So if I needed to jump, my right hand will take care of that.
Okay.
If right hand right here is for my iframes. So if I needed an iframe and I need to jump afterwards, then my left hand will take care of that. And then sometimes, right, where you showcase the instant flash jump, that's when I would use both hands to replicate it.
Yeah.
So I kind of have it, but not at the same time. So that's just flash jump. That's just flash jump. Our next mobility skill is our basic up jump. Now, every class has this. DB didn't actually have this until like rather recently.
Okay.
Right? So we did have up jump, but it wasn't this. So this is recruit's agility. This is what it looks like. You know, you just press up arrow and your jump button.
Yep.
You can see the inputs on the bottom left, right? Holding up arrow and jumping.
Yep.
And that's it. Unfortunately, you can't, if you're using this form of flash jump, you can't flash jump afterwards.
Okay.
Like you can up to flash jump like Nightwalker can, right? But the next form of mobility is called Blade Ascension. So you lock this at third job. So this skill is really, really versatile. And the best way for me to showcase is this. So you can spam the skill, right? It's an attack, it deals damage, and you can get pretty decent height. There's also an enhanced version where if you hold the up arrow and cast it, you get like a larger jump.
Okay.
So to show you the difference, we'll go back to the bottom here. So with a normal up jump, or with the normal Blade Ascension, this is how far I can get. If I use the enhanced one, I can almost make it to the second platform.
Okay.
But you can also combine it, right? You can do up jump into Blade Ascension like this, and you get really, really high verticals.
Yeah, okay.
There's not very many situations where that's actually useful. In fact, if you do combine up jump with the enhanced Blade Ascension, you're locked out. You can't move at all. But with Blade Ascension, you can flash jump, right? So
okay.
There are situations where it's better to just use the up jump, this regular up jump. But that just comes with experience.
Okay.
The most important feature of this new up jump that we got is the fact that you can up jump with your Asura. So Asura is our burst skill. It's also a key down, but you can like flash jump around during it.
Okay.
And most importantly, you can up jump with it.
Okay.
So before this skill was given to us, our only means of traversing was just left and right from flash jumping.
Yeah.
So now that we have that vertical, it's actually very useful in certain bosses.
Okay.
So that's super nice. We have a basic dash. This is tornado spin.
Okay.
This skill gets improved a lot later on. The skill delay, like the time between after you use it and when you can start attacking, gets reduced heavily.
Okay.
Right now, it's like pretty long. Like you can see, like, oh, it feels really, really sluggish. But even despite the fact, like, it's still, it's still useful. With a green pot, it does get a little bit better. But in the future, it's like super, super liquid, like very smooth, very smooth.
Okay.
And
that's gonna be with like 2-minute patch.
Yes, I think so.
Okay.
It might be before that.
Okay.
It's kind of a blur because they're all. It depends on how deep GMS decides to package it, right?
Yeah, fair.
We have Flying Assaulter. So this skill also moves you forward, but it moves you downwards as well. And you can only use this skill when you are airborne, like you're in the air.
Okay.
So if I were to use this, that's what this looks like.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I remember this one.
So what's important between Blade Tornado, Blade Tornado Spin and Flying Assaulter is that these skills are what I call forced movement. So let's just say you were doing let's say you're doing Black Mage, right? You've done it before, and you see him revving up a kick to knock you back in P3. If you time it, you'll still dash. You'll get hit by the curse, right? But you won't be moved. Like you can just force through it.
Okay.
Same with this skill. You can just force through that force movement that you have on yourself.
Okay.
So it's kind of like super armor or like super stance kind of in that sense. And the neat thing is, between Blade Ascension, Flying Assaulter, Tornado Spin, you can combine all three of these skills to do what I call dash weaving.
Okay.
Which is this. So you can like really zip around like fairly fast.
Okay.
There's not many situations where you would actually use that versus just flash jumping.
Yeah.
But there are times where it is better to do that. That also comes with experience. It's kind of hard for me to explain when one's better than the other. Cause like,
well, it's forced movement, right? So like if I'm noob and I'm like, damn, I have to get to the right now, but I don't know this fight well enough that like I know that I'm going to be able to flash jump through whatever this attack is about to be, I could like hit this combo and just guarantee that I'm getting through to wherever it is I'm trying to get to.
Yeah, yeah. Also, remember the key thing I mentioned, that you can only use Flying Assaulter when you're airborne?
Yeah.
So we can kind of cheat it a little bit where, let's just say you're doing Lotus, right? Lotus is a boss where you actually have a platform to play with. If you were to down jump and then spam Flying Assaulter, it works like a normal dash.
Okay.
And it's basically, you can chain it with Tornado Spin too. So it's almost like you got 2 Tornado Spins in that distance. And it's fixed movement. Like, you're not going to get knocked out of that. You're going to go from point A to B no matter what.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, that's cool for
not
sure.
Many situations, not many situations where you actually use that, but it is an option.
Yeah, okay.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, DB has like all these options. Pretty niche for most part, but you do have mobility that isn't bad at all.
Yeah.
And the Blade Ascension, going back to what we were talking about before, this skill becomes really, really powerful when you have attack speed 10. So the green pot and decent speed infusion, like you can get some really, like, look at this, like really big verticals, because it's based off of your attack speed, but because it's an attack, right? Like, you can go really, really far and stay in the air for as long as you need to.
Oh shit! Wait, that's sick. Okay.
Like, I can just like yeet myself, like, oh, we're taking flight now.
Yeah. If you turn around while your momentum is going one direction, you start using it the other way. Does it like moonwalk you, or what's the interaction like that?
Unfortunately, no. The only way to redirect yourself is if you incorporate a flash jump in the opposite direction. So you're asking about like this, right? Like, I do this and turn around. No, like, see, I'm facing the other direction.
Yeah, so it just keeps moonwalking you in the same direction unless you flash jump in the middle.
Yeah, so this is what you need to do. Like, you would like do this.
Yeah.
Oh, I need to go the other way. Oh fuck, sorry. Oh, I need to go the other way. Let me flash up the other way, and
yeah.
And also, you can also redirect your direction with Flying Assaulter too. So let's just say I'm going this way. Boom.
Yeah. Okay.
You have that option, and you can, like, combo it with a Tornado Spin.
Yeah. Okay.
And keep the stream going. So that's the DB movement basically.
Yeah.
It's not bad at all. It gets the job done, and it's pretty basic.
Yeah.
But also, like, it can be very advanced if you're experienced with the class.
It's got a lot of cool stuff you can combo together to make it like really, really good. Yeah. Okay. That's cool. That's really cool.
So in terms of mobility, I would say like it's I would say it's above average.
Yeah.
It's very, very easy to make DB's movement a lot better. Simply just lowering the delays and like the end lag would make this class feel so much smoother.
Yeah.
Right. One of the best skills in the game is having a backdash. So like something like that on a Nightwalker or a Shade, where you can just like make micro adjustments while attacking.
Yeah.
Like, that's super, super nice. But not every class has that. So I'm envious.
Yeah.
But I work with what I got, right? I work with what I got. So in terms of what DB has, like, it's definitely not bad. That's why I would rate it above average for sure.
Yeah.
Because there's other classes that just have like even less. Like they only have a flash jump and up jump, and that's it. They have no teleport, nothing like that.
Yeah.
So because of that, I would say like easily B+, A to A-, anywhere in that range.
Okay. Yeah, I think it looks really good. I'm comfortable giving that definitely above average an A. Maybe not an A when you start off on Dual Blade, because it's like there is a lot of like, I don't know, knowing the timing of stuff and like, comboing things together and whatever, but I definitely think it has the potential to be like really, really, really solid from what I've seen. Like, honestly, you're probably dodging just as much as like, or very close to just as much as like the classes with literally the best mobility in the game, because of your experience with the class and just like what you can accomplish with what you have in your kit.
And honestly, like, most bosses, like, less is more in terms of movement. Like, you don't really want to be moving around too much. Like, just being like sticking close to the boss is normally like the best case scenario. Yeah. Like, most classes in this game, even if you can play from range, you don't really want to play from ranged.
Yo, sorry, I have to pause you for a second, dude. Literally, the Yao Ming just sent you a friend request in game. Yo, is that the Yao Ming, dude? Holy shit! I didn't know he was on Maple these days. Damn. Okay. That's crazy. Okay, let's move on. Let's talk about the class's survivability. So specifically, what I want you to highlight is things that basically allow you to stand in stuff that would kill the average class or the class that doesn't have the other survivability options. So stuff like maybe natural healing, or even just healing in general, any kind of shielding, any kind of damage reduction, any iframes, or any like class doors that you might have.
Okay. So very basic. We have our first drop skill, Dark Sight.
Yep.
So this works on most debris, not every debris. For some like special cases, so is like Saren. Saren in P2 during the sunset phase, if you remember,
yep.
with the little popcorn that's slowly falling down.
Yep.
You can walk into that with Dark Sight. You won't take damage, but your gauge will still go up.
Okay.
So that's the caveat of that.
Okay.
But in most fights, like between like whatever you fight now in Arcane River, like Dark Knell and Gloom, if you're in Dark Sight, you can just eat all the debris and you're fine. Like there's not really anything that will punish you really. So that's your first basic skill of survivability.
Okay.
We have Chains of Hell. Okay. So this skill, it does do damage, but you only just use it as an iframe. It's just your typical throwaway iframe.
Okay.
That's it. So this would be like hero, you're using World Reaver. This is basically like your World Reaver.
Yep.
You never really use it for damage. It's just to iframe it.
Yep.
And I can talk about this more later. There's some special properties about it, but for the most part, you basically use it as an iframe.
Okay.
Your next form of survivability
that was 1.5 seconds, I think I saw. 1.5 second iframe on a 45-second cooldown. Okay, just checking.
So this skill has two parts to it. So when you first cast it, it does this, like a freaking get over here from Mortal Kombat, right? It grips whatever it is you're looking at. So that part, just that flying out will give you a 1.5 second iframe. If you are close enough to a target, so you're melee, it will do a second part of the skill, do damage again, and while it's doing damage during that animation, it refreshes the iframe. So it's basically like a 3-second iframe.
Okay, damn.
There are situations where it's better to only use the first part of it. There are situations where it's better to use the second part of it. That will come with experience, but you basically have that as an option. Not only that, right? You can also use this when you're in the air. You don't have to be grounded.
Okay.
You can be in the air when you cast it, which is really, really important. Because there's some skills in this game where it's an iframe, but you can only use it when you're on the floor. And that's so annoying. Yeah, very, very annoying. Moving forward, we have this skill called Life Drain. This recovers 20% of your max HP when attacking at a 10% chance. I don't know exactly how it works, but I know the limitations of it. So it's not like, so let's just say I have Phantom Blow that does like 14 lines of damage, right? In one attack. I think the way it works is that even it's not that there's 14 chances of me proccing it. It's just that of those 14 instances of damage, each line of damage is a 10% chance to proc it. And if it does proc, that's it. It's one proc per skill ability.
Okay.
So earlier I mentioned that Blades of Destiny activates 5 times in a row. So each of those hits has a chance to proc it. Let's just say it procs it on the 3rd hit. The 4th and 5th hit will not heal me.
Yeah, okay.
If it were to proc it again. So it's one proc per skill. per cast of a skill is how I understand it.
Okay.
The only exception is like your key downs. So you have Blade Storm. So this is a key down skill that just keeps spitting out damage in like different instances. So while you're doing the key down, it can proc it multiple times.
Okay.
Is how I understand it. And in terms of like its reliability, there is an RNG component to it, right?
Yeah.
Depending on the boss, so let's just say Extreme Lotus with those chains in the beginning, or the chains or the pellets in P4 Black Mage, right?
Yep.
If you are a confident and good enough player, it's feast or famine in those boss fights. You need to keep attacking.
Yeah.
Like you can just play White Aura the entire time. White Aura as in like you'll get hit by the black pellets, and those black pellets will give you a black curse, which makes it so you can't heal, but you get more bonus damage. So if you are good enough and you keep attacking, you will for the most part not die.
Yeah.
But of course, there will be moments where it's like you get the double explosions, so you get unlucky there, or there's just like a really giga long stream of bullets and you got unlucky there, or you push the limit too much.
Yeah.
You do have to like space out how much damage you're taking. It's not like Kana with Yuki Musume and you're just freaking face tanking everything. You just keep attacking, you're fine.
Yeah.
Right. But as long as you're attacking and you're doing your best to like dodge every now and then, you're not going to die in P4 Black Mage, or Extreme Lotus in P1.
Okay. So that's pretty good all around.
Finally, we have Final Cut. So this skill, to highlight the importance of this skill gives you 40 FD for 60 seconds on a 62-second cooldown.
Okay.
You need to have this skill up all the time. Like, you need 100% uptime on the skill.
Okay.
Like, you cannot ever let it drop, or you're doing no damage.
Okay.
But when you do cast it, it's a 3-second iframe.
Oh shit, okay.
So that's where, like, cooldown skip can kind of play into things, right? If you're someone that's not that confident in your abilities of dual blade yet, and you still want to figure things out, it's totally fine to just run 20% CD skip on the under legendary line, so that you have more opportunities to CD skip Final Cut or your Chains of Hell.
Okay.
But if, you know, once you get more confident and you're more experienced, you'll never need to rely on CD skip.
Okay. That's actually nice to know. So, like, if you're new and you hit cooldown skip, it's totally fine to keep it. It'll, like, increase your survivability potential by a lot, because you have two iframes that can both be skipped. Okay.
And so right now, currently, with the 3-minute version of Dual Blade, I would highly recommend people to, right before, so like they buff up, right? They do their sequence, right? They do your skill. Right before you do your Blade Storm, I highly recommend you do a Final Cut, and then you do the Blade Storm. That way, right, your iframe for 3 seconds, because the keydown duration of Blade Storm is 5 right now. No, it's 4 seconds. So for 3 of those 4 seconds of you doing this keydown,
okay.
Iframe,
okay.
Right?
Yeah, that's smart.
And then for that 1 second of invulnerability, that's up to you to decide if you want to let go or if you want to take the chance to just, you know, keep doing damage.
Yeah.
Right? But obviously, you would want to cast Final Cut before you enter the boss, so that you have it ticking already. You don't want to buff up and then Final Cut, because then the first two skills, these skills that you casted at the start, won't have the 40 FD at the start. So make sure you already have this casted, and then wait a little bit for it to come off cooldown, then you go into the boss fight. Or, you know, you can just Final Cut, buff up, and then do your key down. But it's less safer that way, right?
Yeah.
And the importance of doing it this way is because since you're bursting every 90 seconds, the bind resist timer on bosses is 100 seconds, right? So you're not going to be able to bind it for your mini burst on your 90 seconds. So your only way to, like, protect yourself during this vulnerable moment, because you have Last Resort, right, which increases the amount of damage you take, is you just have to rely on your Final Cut and then you Blade Storm. So you need to do that every 90 seconds. You always want to have Final Cut, use this right before you Blade Storm, and you'll be safe. Because there's so many times where I've seen, like, new players to play this class, and they're like, oh, like, bursting this class is so hard, or I always forget to do my mini, or I'm really scared to do my mini bursts because, like, I'm vulnerable, the boss is flying around and there's debris, and I, you know, just relax, just Final Cut, Blade Storm.
Okay.
Boom. Good. You're good to go.
Okay.
But in the future, with 2-minute changes, you can still do that. You can still Final Cut into Blade Storm, but during that patch, they add, like, a giga quality life for most keydowns. And the quality life is that during your keydown, you have 50% damage reduction, you have CC immunity, and you have, like, super stance. So to give you an example of what that would look like, let's just say you're doing P3 Black Range, right? And you're in the middle of your keydown, and he's going to kick you, and you take the kick to the face. But you were still in your keydown, right? So what happens there is that you don't lose your keydown. You're still channeling it. You didn't get kicked away. You're still going to be standing in the same spot while channeling it. You will receive the curse, and let's just say you had a black curse on you, he kicks you, so it's a white curse, but boom, you lose a life. But you do not get skill locked. Because you're CC immunity. So that's a super nice quality of life for everyone, especially for dual blade. So because of that, it's not as dangerous to do your keydowns now without, like, using Final Cut. I would say, you know, your mileage may vary, depends on the boss. For the most part, in some bosses you still want to do Final Cut into Blade Storm, but in other bosses you can be a little bit greedy and actually just use your Final Cut as just a throwaway iframe. Obviously, you still want to keep up the buff, but that's an option that opens up to you in the future.
Okay, sick. So what would you rank the survivability on this class with all of that in mind? All of these different healing and iframes, and I guess, like, the the option to like play cooldown skip as well. Take that into account.
Let me show you one more thing before I answer that.
Okay.
And this is what I call the ultimate cheese. Okay. So obviously in Varicella, right? Like this boss, you're potion locked, right? So if you have healing familiars, you have that as an option, right? To like kind of cheese the boss fight. But DB also has this skill called Mirror Target. And this skill absorbs the boss's aggro.
Okay.
Like, it's not going to attack me. I can be right here giving her back shots, right?
Okay.
And we're fine. She's going to keep facing towards the right and throwing her attacks at the dummy, right?
Okay.
And, oh, what's this? I'm low on HP. Oh, that's fine. I don't have to take strings to summon the altar. I'll just, boom, summon my fams, shield tick, turn it back off. And we're good to go. Now, there's a reason why you need to turn it off. Because there's this game-breaking bug for Dual Blade that when your familiars start attacking the boss, it will break your dummy effect. Because for some reason, your familiars are coded as a separate entity. And it doesn't count as your own damage. So it thinks that there's two people in this boss fight. So it starts aggroing you now because, oh, well, if there's multiple of you guys, I don't need to aggro this. I'll just aggro you instead.
Okay.
Right? So I say this is the ultimate cheese because you only need to use your healing fans when you get low enough. Otherwise, you're just going to be attacking her this entire time. And if you ever need to heal, so let's just say I summon my fams out, you'll see that the moment those familiars start attacking her, so after this attack, she's going to start looking at me now and start attacking me instead.
What's the uptime on the dummy like?
100%.
Oh shit, okay.
There's no cooldown on it. You can use it as many times as you want. You can have 100% uptime on it. But now you see that she's attacking me now, right?
Yeah.
So the only way to fix this is I need to turn off my familiars, okay? Place dummy back down, and hopefully she's aggro to the dummy now. Sometimes you have to place it twice. Okay, there you go. So now I'm safe again. I'm chilling.
Okay. Damn, that's a sick skill.
With that being shown, you're not going to see DBs utilize this that often, especially the end game, because, I mean, giving up all your damage so that you can use healing fams, or just in general turning off your fams to have higher uptime in the boss fight, it's not necessarily the best trade-off. It might be favorable if you're like still not that good at the boss fight, in a sense that, oh, the higher uptime actually translates to be more damage even though you're losing out the fams,
or for new players who don't even have fams yet.
Exactly. If you're a new player, you don't even have fams yet, or you have like those little baby healing fams, then you can just do what I just showed you. Right? You can cheese the ultimate cheese, right?
Okay.
And one more thing, because this kind of ties into survivability, is I've shown you that the up jump is very versatile, right? But I didn't show you what it looks like when you're in a boss fight, right? So look at this guy. He's gonna shoot his big sword. Oh crap! Wait, hold on. There you go. We can just up jump it. And we can just stay in the air like this. And for anyone that's like that was been around for a while, there's another version of the ultimate cheese for Darknell as well. And what it looks like is this: you would put your dummy in the corner like this, and he'll come here. Okay. And this is how you would do the fight. Oh, he's attacking. Let me just up jump. And you just keep doing this.
Okay.
Oh, he's attacking. Let me up jump.
Okay.
And back then, when these bosses were a lot harder, I'm telling you, there was this one dual blade that would do this for like 25 minutes of the fight. Because he was just so scared and not confident in himself to just play the boss properly. Like, obviously, you know, a clear's a clear, but you have this option, right? Like, oh no. So, up jump in a lot of bosses is very, very helpful. Like, you can up jump the, you've done Will, right? Hard Will?
Yep.
When he does like the big tornado in P1, you can also just up jump that.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can get him to showcase
I
that.
personally don't count any part of a class's mobility in the survivability section because I think that's covered in, like, a class with good mobility has good mobility. You know what I mean? Like that's why we separate the two sections. But still, like, just good information to have for anyone who's trying to get their first Darknell solo clear, guys.
Yeah, so I had to showcase the dummy interaction because if you're using that dummy interaction in a fight and you're solo bossing, S tier survivability.
The dummy, I would count the dummy for sure. The dummy is like, that helps.
But even without it, right? When you're in party bossing, you can't utilize it. Like DB's survivability is still going to be like at A. Yeah. Like I don't know if it's S, but it's at an A for sure.
Yeah. it's got a lot of potential for like just standing and stuff. And once you know the fights, there's probably a really like you're probably really good at knowing like, oh, I'm just gonna ignore this because I'm gonna heal back through it. And then there's other stuff where it's like, okay, well, where my HP is right now, this is gonna kill me, so I'm gonna iframe this.
Yeah. Sometimes you just iframe for more uptime too. You're like, you're not even worried about dying. It's just like, I want more uptime.
Yeah.
And I mentioned this before with Chains of Hell, where you can just use it in the air. This is somewhat recent in terms of the whole historical version of this of dual blade. You can also use Final Cut in the air now too.
Oh, nice. Both iframes in the air, easy.
Oh wait, no, you can't use it right now, but in the future. Sorry, I think with the 2 in the patch, you can.
Soon.
Soon. I remember. Yeah, so soon. So you can do Chains of Hell, but you can't do Final Cut.
Okay.
You have to be grounded, which is annoying. And for anyone that's wondering, you don't hold this skill. You don't need to hold it. You just tap it and you're good to go.
All right. Oh yeah. Okay, let's move on to the next section. Let's talk about the class's rotation again.
Okay.
If you want to go through like specifically what skills you would use in a normal, like I guess 3-minute from the burst into the DPM, and specifically like what those skills are for. Maybe it's just straight up a damage buff. Maybe it's like changing the way some of your skills interact or whatever. Yeah, just walk us through it.
So let me go to the dojo dummy for this, because this is going to be important.
Okay.
I think this is also the reason why some people feel like they're like, when they play DB for the first time, it feels like they're doing no damage. It's probably because of this one specific thing. Let me show you real quick.
Sure.
Okay. Let me get the green pot out of it. And unlimited, make him large and in charge. Boom. Okay, so we've already showcased that Blades of Destiny, you're using this during your burst and you're using off cooldown. The skill attacks 5 times in a row. So sometimes you get unlucky, the boss disappears or teleports away from you, so you don't get all 5 hits. Nothing you can do about that. Don't cry over spilled milk. But something that is in your control for the most part is your Blade Tornado. Okay, so the way this skill works is, if I were to show you, is that it deals damage on top of you and then it shoots a projectile.
Okay.
Like this. Right. And you can kind of hear it like it chunks a little bit, right? I'm going to turn the volume up a little bit higher so you can hear the difference.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm going to stand right here. Okay, so that's what you'll hear sometimes.
Okay.
But if you do it properly, you'll hear this. Do you hear that difference? Like, it's like a lot more chunkier.
Yeah.
Like, and the reason for that is, as this skill is traveling, it's doing ticks of damage. So you don't want to be far away and use it like a projectile, right? You want to be a little bit off to the side of the boss, not directly on top of him, but just a little bit to the side. And to show you in the BA, it should do 86 lines of damage, right there.
You guys 86. Can hear it, right? I can see the audio going up. Press it again. Oh, it's just quiet.
Oh, I mean, I can turn it up.
Yeah, turn it up a little
more. Or maybe
more.
You can turn it up?
No, I have it maxed already.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
So that's number one reason why people feel like their damage is off, because Blade Tornado, this does a lot of damage.
Okay.
Like, if you're just using it like this, like, so the total amount of damage is 86. Ignore that other part.
Yeah.
Like, look at this. You lost out on 24 lines of damage.
Yeah, okay.
Right? That's a lot of, that's almost a 40 damage gone.
Yeah.
And if it gets even worse when you're using it like this, like even further away like this. Like, people don't realize this, right? Like, 24 lines? Disgusting.
Yeah.
Out of 86? Come on now. So that's something that's really important. So the burst rotation is very simple. So we've shown the sequence before. It does your epic, your goddess, or your 60-second skills. You have your 30-second duration, Shadow Walker, Oz Ring, AB Link, Last Resort, boom. Okay? Once all those buffs are popped, your sequence of attacks will be Blade Tornado into Blades of Destiny. Then you will do your Blade Storm. And then after Blade Storm expires, you're going to want to Phantom Blow, which will proc your Haunted Edge. And then you can do Sudden Raid into so there's a little bit of options here. It just depends on the boss fight. You could do Bladestorm, so you do your Blade Tornado, Blades of Destiny into Bladestorm, which is your key down, and then you can go straight into Asura if you want to. But for maximum damage potential, what you would do instead is Blade Tornado, Blades of Destiny, Bladestorm, and then when Bladestorm finishes, you'll keep using Phantom Blow and your Sudden Raid until these two come off cooldown again. Then once these are on cooldown, that's when you would do the Asura.
Okay.
In the future, though, you would just do Bladestorm into Asura, like your 2 FMA skills into Bladestorm into Asura.
Okay.
The reason is because this becomes a 2-second channel instead of 4. So it fits nicely between like, you put these 2 skills on cooldown,
okay, I see.
then you do your key downs, and then once both those key downs are done, then you'll have these 2 skills up again.
Okay.
And their cooldown hat does play into this. Depending on how much cooldown you have, it might be better to do one over the other. And
what would you say a minimum cooldown hat for like a new dual blade to aim for would be?
At least -2. At the bare minimum, okay. -2. -2 is like the biggest bang for your buck.
Okay.
It's like telling someone vac pit or no vac pit. Like you only need one vac pit and you're good to go.
Yeah.
Right. So as a new dual blade, like -2 at the bare minimum.
Okay.
At the bare minimum.
Okay.
And then
-2 is not bad.
-4, yeah, -2 isn't bad at all because like even just -2 and no luck or all stat or anything like that, like just that one skill, you'll feel the difference immediately.
Yeah. Okay.
The class just feels a lot more smoother, and at -4 it feels even smoother again.
Okay.
Yeah, so while your key downs are on cooldown, you're basically just going to be Phantom Blowing still, using this skill. And maybe we didn't, I think I didn't cover this. The reason why you do Blade Node first instead of Blades of Destiny, like even though this skill is 12-second cooldown, right? And this skill is 10, like wouldn't it make sense to just use these skills off cooldown? The answer to that is yes and no. Like I think someone could actually write like a whole like thesis on this to figure out what's better or not. But typically speaking, the reason why you see people do Blade Tornadoes and Blade Destiny is because the animation of Blade Tornado is really, really quick.
Okay.
Like I'll turn down the graphics so you can see. I'm gonna use Blade Tornado and just start walking left. I'm immediately walking right.
Yep.
Versus Blades of Destiny, right? There's enough of a delay where it's better for you to just use Blade Tornado into Blades of Destiny. It comes up more smoother. So if I were to do it the opposite way, like that, that delay is like the potential damage gain from that is the moment you ever drift your cooldowns, the potential damage is already lost, right? Okay. Like the damage they thought you were getting because you're using it off cooldown, you already lost it because the boss disappeared or you didn't use it off cooldown that one time. Like, you know what I mean? Okay. So it's always better to just do Blade Tornado into Blades of Destiny. Okay. That's it. Okay. So good to know. You spamming that skill, using Sudden Raid, and you're just Phantom Blowing. And then once you have your Bladestorm up again, that's when you do your second sequence, which is just AB Link, an Ring if you have one, Last Resort, and you just rip your Blade Tornado. You rip your Bladestorm. Sorry, there's so many blades and whatever in the skills. I get mixed up when I'm talking. But
yeah, all good. Okay.
But yeah, like it's a pretty. I would say this class is like the perfect balance of like straightforward, but not boring. Like there's enough for you to enough toys for you to play around with that you're pretty entertained. It's not like Bowmaster where you just got your hands your hands in a fixed position and you're just like like you know what I mean, like I'm actually doing something, weaving in Phantom Blows and my cooldowns like this. Like it feels more interactive, but it's also like simple enough that any new person that comes across this class can still say that they enjoy the class.
Guys, I need someone to go back through every single interview and see and like actually start the Bowmaster stray counter, because I swear to God, every time we talk about rotation, someone's talking shit about Bowmaster every single time. It's so funny. I mean, like,
obviously to each their own. Like fun is subjective, right? Like there's obviously a lot of pros when it comes to playing a Bowmaster, right? It's very easy to pick up. and you have giga survivability, so like you're just cutting down on what it is that you need to learn. Right? You're more so like when you're playing Bowmaster, you're learning about how to deal with the boss rather than learning your own class.
Yeah, that's actually true. Somebody start a compilation so we can send it to Joe at the end. Holy shit. It's actually happened in every single interview. It's crazy. Yeah, it's so funny. It's so funny. Okay. Let's wrap this part up. Give me your own biased dual blade enjoyer rating on how much fun you have playing this class, how much you enjoy the rotation and the play style, and like how engaged it keeps you while you're bossing.
Okay, so very briefly, I'll start off on a negative note, but we'll end positive. Trust me.
Okay.
Personally, I feel like key downs in this game are, even though they gave us that quality of life that I mentioned before, right? I feel like key downs in this game are just like too unsatisfying and like way too much risk for the reward sometimes.
Okay.
So I feel like for DB's case specifically, with DB's cooldowns or key downs, the risk is like way too high and the reward doesn't match it. Because again, like even though you can final cut into Bladestorm, there's still that 1 second gap where you can get hit. Also, when you're in your key down, it's like there's always the option where you flubbed it, like, oh, I let go on accident, or I tapped it, or whatever happened, and all that damage is just gone. You can never make up for that ever again.
Yeah.
Right. Versus not having key down and all of your potential damage is just from you using your Phantom Blow, your Blade Tornado, Blades of Destiny. Like key downs in this game are just not well balanced in my opinion. Even if though they make it safer for you to use in the future, it's one of those things where it's like if you ever mess it up, it just feels so bad.
Okay.
It just feels so bad. But other than that, what I do enjoy the most about Dual Blade is when you're not doing your key downs. When you are moving around and using your skills and you're just doing all this, right? Like this is fun to me. Like being as close to the boss as possible, doing these super last second dodges, and pressing on the attack and just weaving in and out of the boss patterns. Like that is the most fun for Dual Blade for me. And because there's like these small micro details of like, oh, if you're too far, this skill's not gonna do as much damage. Or okay, if you're really familiar with the boss and the boss just teleported, okay, it's pretty safe that my Blades of Destiny is gonna do all 5 hits and nothing's gonna happen, right? So just the moment you have like mastered your class and you can just start thinking about like, oh, what can I do to maximize my damage? Especially if you know the boss like the back of your hand, it's like the game becomes a lot more fun, and that's where you can kind of be like that sense of competitiveness of like, oh, what can I do to maximize my damage?
Yeah.
In this moment, this boss has these 3 patterns that are on cooldown. Now's the time for me to just do some big uptime, just beat them up, right?
Yeah.
Those little like missions in my head, like it's what makes this class really engaging. But it's also like not super complicated at all. Like it's just like the perfect like you got Mama Bear, Papa Bear, and like the little kids like porridge. Like this is like perfect.
Yeah.
Like just the right amount of difficulty, but not so difficult that you're gonna have a headache.
Okay.
So for me, I would say for rotation wise, it's like I would say A+. Just because this class is a key down class and the key down's super important, I can't give it an S. Because losing out on that key down for whatever reason just feels so bad.
Okay, I have like a really simple question. Can your key down cooldown skip or no?
No. So
okay,
this is a 5th job skill.
It's a 5th job skill. Okay, just checking.
Your other key down is Asura. So I don't think I actually showed this off, but this is what this looks like. And you can like up jump with it too and flash jump. Yeah. Both of these are key downs. Except the difference is that you can actually move around a lot more with this. For Bladestorm, you can only move left and right. Okay. Asterisk. There is. I guess I can show this off real quick. There's this one thing you can do, but it's super niche, and you almost never have ever really need to do this. You can do something janky like this with your Bladestorm, where you're channeling it, and watch this. I can just like jump off the ledge like that. Okay. And that's only possible if you're walking off a ledge. So that's why I say super niche. Like it might be useful in like Lucid P2. That's about it. Yeah. Okay. But in the future, when this becomes a 2-second key down, like the key down is so short that you don't ever really need to do that. Okay. So it's super niche. But yeah, you can't cooldown skip your Bladestorm or your Asura. Okay. Okay, good to know. Just checking.
All right, let's move on. Let's talk about the difficulty of the class. So, overall, what do you think are some of the most difficult parts of picking up dual blade as like a newer player or just a new dual blade? And then overall, what would you say like the difficulty of the class is to get to like the average? I'm not talking about like to become the best dual blade in the world, but to like know enough that you're just as good as like the average dual blade.
So one of the hardest things about dual blade is basically your mini burst, not even your main burst. The reason why your mini burst is hard is because you have no support tools when you're alone. Unless you're using a dummy, it's pretty dangerous to use your blade storm, right? Even though you can final cut into blade storm, right? And if you have no familiars, you have the dummy to hold aggro for you. It still is dangerous, right? There's that 1 second gap where you can get hit by debris, or if you're in Hilla, you get hit by the string and you lose that 1 second of damage. But other than the key down situation, I think DB is really not that difficult.
Okay.
At all. Because it's simple mistakes like, oh, you're too far from the target and you're using your skill like a projectile.
Yeah.
That's really easy to fix.
Yep.
Like one new player reads the FAQ and they can already do like 90% of DB's ability, like potential damage, right? So it just comes down to like you're learning more about your experience with dual blade improves as you understand what the bosses do, because then that's when you can eliminate those opportunities where you might get your key down interrupted.
Yeah.
Right. So, what would be a great example of this? Let's just say you're doing Damien, right? Damien is a really difficult boss for new players because the uptime is horrible. It's horrid. He's always in the air. He's always teleporting away, right? So if you are a new dual blade player and you're conscious of like, oh, he just used the pattern in P1 where he's raining down those meteors, right? Which means that's gonna be on cooldown for a while. This is the best time for me to use my mini burst now, because he's not gonna be out of the air. If he does disappear, there's nothing you could have done about that at all. But now that you know that the meteor skill is on cooldown, that's like, okay, perfect time for me to just start swinging at him.
Okay.
But outside of just like having the consciousness to keep in mind that, okay, this is a really important skill, you need to make sure that you always maximize all of its damage out.
Yep.
You can always like adjust with, okay, the boss disappeared and when to use these skills, right? But adjusting for this is the most important. You never want to miss out on this damage.
Okay, so
in terms of difficulty, is S hardest, or is that
S like, being like Cadena?
I would say this is like a D, you know?
Yeah,
it's like a D. With the 2-minute patch, I would say it's maybe an F.
Okay, it's getting easier.
It does get easier.
Okay.
Like honestly, another thing that people forget a lot is they always forget to do their mini burst. That's a big thing.
Oh, okay.
Because they'll do their main burst, but they forget to do their mini. I see that so often. Like, so every now and then I'll like tune into like a new dual blade player or like someone doing bosses on YouTube on your dual blade. I'm like, oh damn, this guy missed out on his minis. And it's not like, the thing is, it's not even their fault because they're fighting a new boss.
Yeah.
Right. They're so like they're trying to make sure that, oh, I need to dodge this, dodge that. There's just so much going on that, oh right, I forgot to do this.
Yeah. I miss my minis a lot. Like I play Moshen, so my minis like every minute. And I miss it a lot. A lot of times I only get like one of my minute bursts in my in between my 3 minute. I'm like, oh shit, I'm missing so much damage. But
yeah, it
just comes with practice, I'm sure.
Once it becomes a 2-minute class, you're gonna be using this every 60 seconds.
Yeah.
So if you're already having trouble with it every 90, oh boy, good luck with it's every 60. But like, is that really like? I guess we can attribute that to some difficulty, just remembering the user skills. But I feel like you have to remember to use your skills no matter what class you're playing, right?
Yeah, 100%. All right.
So I'd say it's like D, somewhere in the D. It's not a
D
really
for dual blade, nice and easy.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's a good thing that's a D. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it actually is, especially for like any new players who are considering it. That's like, it's an engaging class, but it's easy. So like those two things being very separate, right? Like it being D for difficulty or low for difficulty, but like high for, enjoyment, I think is really cool. That's really nice for new players. Okay, let's talk about the support. that the class brings to like a party. Any kind of like party synergies, buffs, debuffs to the boss, healing, shielding, maybe extended binds or anything like that.
Yeah, okay. So, DB has some niche support, right?
Okay.
So we talked about earlier that we have like iframes like Chains of Hell, we have iframe like Final Cut, and well, if you're running CD skip on the legendary line, you have 20% chance to CD skip it. So let's just say, I don't know, like I don't think you've done calls, right? I don't want to really spoil that fight for you.
Nah, I've only done phase 1.
You only done phase 1. Okay, no, okay. So like you know when the right machine's on and it's raining those arrows at you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can face tank that with my iframe.
Okay.
For the boys.
Wait, you can tank it for? Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, that's my support.
Yeah. Okay.
That's it.
That's your support. You can okay.
That's my support.
So you can iframe in the few bosses where the like projectiles and stuff aren't instanced. You can tank it for your friends.
Yep.
Nice.
Hey, the thing is, like people, I laugh about it. Other people laugh about it, but just think about the amount of times I've saved someone because I've done that for them.
Yeah. Okay.
But to be more serious about it, of course, just messing around. The only like debuff that this class provides is accuracy down from our flashbang.
Does it actually do anything?
Yes, surprisingly, yes.
Okay.
So, let's see. I don't think you guys had an untouchable debuff in Saren, right? You guys just had to duck every dash.
Yeah. Wait, did we have untouchable? I don't know. I was just laying on I was taking a nap in Saren, bro. I was on the ground the whole time.
Did you have a Night Lord or Fire Poison or Mercedes in the party at all?
No.
Okay. So the funny thing is, there's a handful of classes in this game that has accuracy debuffs. So if you stack enough accuracy debuffs on Saren or any boss that has a dash like Saren, there's a chance for it to miss.
Okay.
So in my party for Xaren, I have a Demon Slayer that can accuracy down it. We have a Paladin and then myself. So all 3 of those accuracy debuffs on Saren at all times makes it so that it's a coin flip.
So it's
sometimes that shits you, sometimes it doesn't.
So it's 20% of an untouchable debuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Works 20% of the time.
Okay. All right. Not bad. Not bad.
Okay. But so like essentially like DB is one of those very few classes in this game that just provides no support buffs at all. Your only contribution to the party is just damage.
Yeah.
Right? All you do is damage. You don't provide any damage implication. You don't make it survivable. You don't necessarily like give people a shield so that they have an easier time surviving or healing them, right?
Yep.
So
DB's the main character.
All you do is damage. Yeah, all you do is damage. So some examples that you've interviewed so far would be you had a Kali on here, you had a Nightwalker on here, right? Those 2 classes don't provide anything at all. All they do is to provide damage.
Yeah.
And the thing is, right, I think I remember when I was watching the Kali, he was saying that, like people will actually pick up a Kali just because it does that much damage and provides nothing else for the party.
Yeah,
so,
and that's fair. Like a class can only bring damage, and that's fine. I'm down to bring someone who only does damage, but like also, what if I want to be the main character and I want to stack buffs for myself? Or specifically for people watching these interviews, like some people actually want a class that brings like support options because they want to play a support. Like right? They don't actually care about how much damage they deal. They just want to play that like support role. So yeah. That's specifically what this question is for, to help those kinds of people like figure out what they want to play.
This part of the conversation is really important because this is where I will tell you that DB's party play, personally, very biased. I think it's like C tier.
Okay.
Like maybe even F tier.
Does the clone work in a party or?
No, because other people's familiars. And also other people exist.
So everyone would need to turn off their familiars and then it would work? Or Does the clone only take aggro away from you?
It's a little bit of a history lesson here. Back during the early days of Reboot, when people were fighting Black Mage for the first time, there was a strategy called Burst Strat in P3 where 5 people would just hang on the left side and just chill until Burst is up, and you have one guy just 1v1ing the boss, keeping it in place so that until it's time to burst, then they'll come over and burst with you.
Yeah.
So during that era, like, it didn't matter if their fams were on or not, because they're so far away from the boss that the boss can only target you and your target dummy. So you would just turn off your familiars for yourself. Your friend's gonna have them on in the corner and just I don't know, we can play tic-tac-toe or something.
Yeah.
And in that case, yes, in party play, you would be able to use your dummy that way. But there's no other boss in this game where that's even like a thing anymore, where you just do like a quote-unquote burst strat. So no, the dummy doesn't really do anything in party play for the most part.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm down to give it the C, because we gave D to the classes that have literally nothing. And like, you technically do have like 2 very, very niche and tiny things that are like maybe a tiny little bit helpful. And then F is specifically reserved for Hayato or any other classes that can literally troll your own team with your support by like actually getting them killed more often.
Okay.
So
I got you.
Yeah. So
I would give it a C then.
We're down.
Or actually, no.
We're down.
I would give it a D.
A D plus.
So okay, I need to really hammer this point.
We can give it a D. That's fair.
Because as I highlighted before, like Kali, Nightwalker, these are classes that provide nothing but damage.
Yeah.
But those 2 classes, they actually deal a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Like overall, not even within their own like role of like they can only do damage and don't provide any support, but overall in the game, like those 2 classes do like the most damage in the game. Like their damage is really up there.
Yeah.
But for DB, me, a selfish DPS that provides nothing for the party, can only provide damage. My damage pales in comparison to those classes.
Yeah.
Which means that if you were to find a support or like something like an Arc or something like a Mercedes, like honestly, like there are some supports like Bishop that just out damage me, technically speaking.
Yeah.
So it just feels really bad to be a class that can only provide damage, but you're not even like top 2, top 3, top 5 in that aspect.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm putting it C or putting it D, because I if my job is to bring damage, I'm not even doing that great of a job.
Yeah.
And it's not even my fault. It's like, even if I'm playing super well, it's like, it's just the numbers.
Yeah. Unlucky. All good. Okay, let's talk about the Hexa Importance of the class. So if you want to go over the masteries, like what they do, specifically if any of the masteries do anything other than just increase the damage. You talked about it a little bit, but just go over it again. And then same with like the origin, if it's doing anything other than damage, as well as lastly your like 5th job skill boosters, if they change those skills at all.
Okay, so with M1, M2, these just enhance your already existing skills just for more damage.
Okay.
Functionality wise, they just have like a slightly larger hitbox.
Okay.
That's it. Blade Clone, this is our buff skill from our hyper. This is basically a final attack, but has a 100% proc chance. So whenever you attack, it just procs. That's that. Mortality, this is a new skill we got from M3. This is a skill where when you're using your Phantom Blow, your like all of your personal skills, it gives you a stack, and when you reach 15 stacks, it'll just do a proc damage. Like, it just spritz out some damage. That's it. So it's a passive. You don't have to do anything to really activate it yourself. As long as you're attacking, it'll just proc on its own.
Mm-hmm.
M4, this is Fury Jet, which is a new skill we got. This is just purely for mobbing, but you still have to level it because it passively boosts the damage to your Phantom Blow, and it's also attached to your Sudden Raid, which is something that you will use in the future when it's high enough level.
Mm-hmm.
And also, Sudden Raid also has another passive that boosts the damage of your newly obtained skill, Mortality.
Okay.
So you can see that right now it's 420% damage, and then passively from Sudden Raid, it's giving it another 280% points.
Okay.
So that's a lot of damage. So that's why it's like a lot of the Korean players are like, wow, our mastery cores are held hostage. Like, we have to level this.
Okay.
So in terms of Hexa Importance, all of your skills on DB are important. The least important would be Haunted Edge. This skill is very hilarious. Okay, this is our 5th job skill. It's funny because from its release to what it is today, the damage that this skill does now is double of what it was when it was released. That's how bad the skill was.
Okay.
Like, they doubled the damage from when it was released.
Okay.
So even though I rate the importance pretty low, it still does like a decent amount of damage. I believe whenever I do bosses and I do a battle analysis, it's still doing like 5% of my total damage contribution, right? Like, that's 5 FD. That's not nothing. But when you're like a new player or you're a boss mule, like, it's going to be much lower than that.
Yeah, okay.
And it's like basically like just 1 point into it is fine. Just level 1 on it is fine. But everything else like is super important. I mentioned before that for its own metric between how much damage is being dealt during burst and how much damage is being dealt during off burst, like 40% of your damage in just the duration of 6 minutes is going to be from your burst.
Mm-hmm.
The other 60 is going to be from your off burst.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why like focusing on your phantom blow, your basically just focus on your mastery cores first, and then your 5th job skills wouldn't be a terrible idea. But like everything matters.
What about your what about your? Does your origin do anything other than just like flat damage? It just does a big burst of damage.
The way the skill works is it does. So there's 3 parts to this skill.
Okay.
The first part is it does the cutscene, right? You saw that. I'll show you again real quick. It does this cutscene, right? And then we have this on the buff bar, and you see the number 55, I believe. Is it 55? Or is it 35? Sorry, 35. So for the next 20 seconds before the skill expires, I need to use all 35 of these stacks. This is kind of like throw blasting for Night Lord. And then if I don't use it in time, or I do use it in time, you saw that part, the big like little screen tear thing.
Yeah.
So in terms of damage distribution, so the cutscene is 20% of the damage.
Okay.
The 35 bombs, like the consumable stacks, that's 50% of the damage. And then that last little screen tear is 30% of the damage.
Okay.
So that's up to 100. So it's just only just damage. It also binds the boss, of course, and your iframe for a little bit.
Yeah.
Your iframe for when you're casting it, of course. Your iframe for 1 second when the cutscene finishes, and then when either the skill ends because you use all the stacks or it timed out, you get another 1 second iframe.
Yeah. Okay.
So all your skills basically it's all damage. There's no utility skills really. It's just all for damage. It's not like Kana where you can opt to skip out on Yuki Musume and whatever for more healing because the damage doesn't really matter. For DB, like everything matters. Your mastery cores and your enhancements.
Okay. Well, what's the for like a new Deathblade who would probably only be just like unlocking stuff and not actually like spending a ton of frags, like farming, if it's gonna be a mule or whatever. How's the damage gain on like just the unlocks for everything?
So I'm not sure if this will translate 1-to-1, but when I checked, just level 1 M3 and 4 was like 6 to 7 FD on unlock for me. The reason why I say it's not going to be 1-to-1 is because this is actually something important that I forgot to mention. Dual Blade does not have an ID passive.
Okay.
We have no passive source of ID. Our only source of ID is that the skills themselves come with ID. So at 4th job, this skill has 31 ID on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have a Swords Anger, which is 100%.
Mm-hmm.
You have Blade Storm, which has 100% as well. You have 30% on Blades of Destiny, another 100 on Blade Tornado, and your Origin, the ID depends on what level it is, right? Level 10, you get 20. At level 30, it's 50 in total. So the ID is important because these skills that you get, they don't come with ID at all.
Yep.
So the FD gain is going to be different, especially if you're early game. It's probably not going to be as high as 6 to 7. It might be like closer to 5, honestly. Okay. Because your ID is kind of pretty low at that stage of the game.
Okay.
But honestly, like for DB, I think just if you were to put in, if this is going to be a boss meal specifically, level 1 of everything, excluding Haunted Edge, will go a long way.
Okay. And
it would be worth to get level 1 of everything.
And the last thing I like to ask is, I mean, kind of what originated my reason to ask this question, but it's really kind of like evolved over the over the time I've been doing these, is for someone who wants to try dual blade and like see if it's something that they're really interested in, because we only get hyper burns like every so often, and honestly, like leveling a character to 6 job without a hyper burn is a nightmare coming from someone who just did it recently. What would you say to someone who is maybe interested in trying it, but only trying it as 5th job first? Like leaving it as, you know, level 210 or 220 or 230 or whatever, and just making a mule to do bosses up to then.
Oh, yeah. So, whether this is a good thing or bad thing, whatever the case is, your gameplay from 5th job to 6th job does not change.
Okay.
Obviously, it changes because you have Origin.
Yeah.
But like you play DB the same way.
Yeah.
From 5th job to 6th job. Nothing really changes at all.
Okay.
So if you got to like level 220 and you're doing normal Lotus, like that's basically the DB experience already. Like you don't have to like fully commit to get the 6th job to find out if you like it or not.
And
like,
the damage and everything as like just 5th job without all of your Hexa unlocks is still good for like what you would be doing.
So you're asking like, oh, like what kind of like node stone investment is going to look like?
Yeah, I mean, I guess like nodes, yes, but no. I'm just asking, like, because some classes, from what I've heard, unlocking Mastery 1 or Mastery 2, like just level 1, is like a absolutely insane damage gain, where like playing it at like 5th job feels actually really troll, because you're just missing out on tons of free damage for basically just getting to 260.
I see.
Right? Whereas like other classes actually scale really well, like all the way through up to 6th job.
Honestly, I'm not too confident on what I'm about to say, but I feel like you will be missing out on damage, because
of course, everyone's missing on damage, but
yeah, you're gonna be missing on this skill, which honestly I haven't done a B in a while. I didn't see how much this contributes. But I would imagine that this is probably like less than 10.
Okay.
So it's not as egregious as like something like what would be a good example? Like, what's a class that gets like a really strong? Oh, like Cadena, for example. Like Cadena, playing 5th job versus 6th job Cadena is really freaking troll.
Yeah.
Like they both play the same way, but unlocking the master course on Cadena is crazy damage gains.
Yeah.
Like it's not on the level Cadena, but it's I would say like, I don't know, it's not like you're losing like 50% damage. Like you're probably like at least 10% stronger for sure.
Yeah.
With unlocking 6th job.
Okay.
But I feel like, I mean, personally, I feel like that's not something people really need to worry about, right? It's good to know, of course. But
yeah.
Like, between just like
for new players like me, right? Like I want more boss mules, but I'm not gonna level all of them to 260, and I want to know if I can play something as 5th job and it's not actually troll. Someone in chat said they have a 235 dual blade boss mule, and it's one of their strongest non-6th job characters. So
yeah, I mean, obviously it's all relevant to what other classes they made, right?
Yeah.
And how much funding there is, and how, their pro efficiency after playing the class.
Yeah, for sure.
DB is pretty easy. But I would say like if you were to play DB a 5th job, it's like, I personally feel like you'll just like it, that you're just gonna get a 6th job anyways. Anyone that plays DB at 5th job, they're gonna be like, damn, like wonder what 6th job is gonna be like, and you're gonna find out that it plays pretty much the same. You're just stronger now, and you have Origin.
Yeah. Okay. So
I'm not sure if I answer your question well, but like I tried.
No, this is the hardest question to answer, because like everyone thinks about like so many different things when they hear like 6th job versus 5th job, or like, you know, how much damage you gain from like comparable to like what the fragment investment is, or whatever. So like everyone's answer is different. I think the biggest thing to take into account is like, for anyone who really cares about playing this class, listen to this section if you're trying to decide whether or not you want to take it to 6th job or 5th job, or what the investment's going to be like, or like just watch the entire section. Don't just like look at the rating, whatever the rating ends up, and be like, and just like come to conclusions based on your own. Just like watch the whole section and listen to it, because we covered everything. Like he talked about literally all of the different like pros and cons of 6th job. So with that being said, I'm going to be honest, the rating doesn't really matter because everyone's going to see it for a different reason. But give me a rating for the importance of Hexa based on all of the things that we talked about.
And S being the of most greatest importance, or like...
Yeah, exactly. Like S being like, okay, so I don't know, I haven't done the Phantom interview yet, but what I've heard is that Phantom pre 6th job is like not even a class. So like for Phantom, Hexa Importance would be S. Absolutely would be S, right?
Then I mean, I would say like it's probably like average, like B, C, like like, but like for me, I'm like super tunnel vision on this. Like the transformation of the class from 5th job to 6th job, obviously there's the damage component, but it still plays like the same class. That's what I'm tunnel vision on. So
no, I mean that's what I originally wanted the question to be based around, but then like some classes came on and they're like, it plays exactly the same. However, the damage gain just from unlocking masteries is like insane. So I was like, okay, we can count that because that does make it important, right? But if you say it's like it's good for everything, like it's just good, it's average, then I think giving it an average ranking, like overall just putting it in B, is probably fair.
Yeah, I think it's average. I don't think it's below average. I think it's just like I would be surprised if there's anything below average, honestly.
Yeah.
But I think it's just average. Like you do get stronger, but it still plays the same way. You get one shiny new tool, which is Origin.
Yeah. Okay. W, we're leaving it average. We're leaving it average. And again, watch the whole section, guys, if you care. Okay, you showed it off a little bit at the beginning, but let's go back to talking about farming on Dual Blade. Yeah, show us some farming routes, or I guess talk about what your options are for farming before Janus is unlocked, or even just with like Janus level 1.
Okay. Hold on. Let me see. How do I... Oh, I can't even keybind this, actually. Oh, that's actually crazy. Okay, so pre Janus. Okay, so I think you showed off, or some people showed off.
Yeah, like early Grandis maps would be great. Yeah, anything in like Cernium.
Trying to remember where, because like it's been so long. Where did I used to go? Honestly, I think I wasn't even 260 when 6th shot came out. I was like already like 270, 280 something already.
Damn.
So I don't know if I can really do Cernium. Let's see. I'm really trying to remember what I used to do. I don't think I actually ever trained in Cernium. The best I can do is like for sure is this.
Okay, sure.
Like this was where... Oh wait. Oh, did they change this map? No way. No way they changed the layout. Oh my god, they changed the layout. Wait. No way. Oh my god, I can't even show you because they changed
They reworked the map? Okay.
They reworked the map.
Okay.
Oh okay. We'll do this map. So earlier we showed before that... Actually, I'm going to mute it because it's going to be really loud. Mobbing is really loud. So if you have -5 cooldown, and how you can achieve that is obviously you have -4 on your hat. But if you're wearing this thing called Wings of Fate, this is Anvil, so this is not what it actually looks like.
Yeah.
If you have the Wings of Fate and you have your closeness super high level with Yorozu, Tengu, Yorozu, and Izuna, you can see that right here. While it's equipped, you get an additional 1 second cooldown reduction. You would only, I cannot stress this enough, you only wear this cape for mobbing. Do not wear this for bossing. It is Giga Troll. Like you're losing more damage than you actually think you're getting.
Okay.
So with -5, right? What I would do is I would put my fountain right here, and I would stand right here. I would flash jump, Blaze of Destiny. That wipes out that part of the map. I come over here, and I would sudden raid. Wait for the next respawn, and I would just do this over and over again like this. And that's it. That's for this map. So when you have less cooldown reduction, which I think is more important for people to honestly see. So let me just go back to, like I'm not even wearing a hat, honestly, just like no cooldown reduction. Just the, I have the 6% from Mercedes block, but that's whatever.
Okay.
How you would farm these maps typically as DB is, the concept is to kill as many monsters as you can with Blaze of Destiny, and then commit the least amount of resources for the stragglers after the fact.
Okay.
And then on the second respawn, that's when you need to use everything you can to kill the map, because this is going to be on cooldown. So you're rotating between 2 sets of skills. So Blades of Destiny for this rotation. Okay. I'll use Blade Ascension for this little corner here. Next respawn, I will use Blade Tornado. Boom. Come over here. Sudden Raid.
Okay.
Now, on the next respawn, I have Blades of Destiny again, right? So that's the idea. Once you have more cooldown reduction, then you can start doing like super chill stuff.
Yeah.
For example, this one map in Odium, Locked Door 1 is really chill. All you have to do is just put down your fountain right. Oops, not the wrong. That's not fountain. You just put down fountain right here, and you stand right here, and you hold down Blades of Destiny. And now you're just basically clearing 90% of the map for the most part.
Okay.
And that's it. With -5 cooldown reduction, like you can just do this.
Okay.
But again, if you don't have the cooldown reduction, you can still just on this wave, Sudden Raid, Blade Tornado, wait for the next respawn, then you use your Blades of Destiny, rinse, repeat.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
basically the whole name of the game, right? Sometimes you'll use your Blade Fury or Fury Jet for projectiles. So I'll Sudden Raid this, boom, projectiles fly out, take care of stragglers, and then we're back to the next rotation of Blades of Destiny.
And then with early Janus, if you had like level 1 Janus, you would basically do the same thing, but just let it clean up stragglers?
Yeah, so you would use the lightning bolt, and it would take care of the stragglers for you, like this. And like just one Sudden Raid basically wiped out the map. Look at that. So if I were to do Blades of Destiny, boom. Stragglers are taken care of, and right side's clear.
Okay.
Although to be fair, like mine's level 30, so I hit 11 mobs instead of 9. Right?
But still.
Yeah, 11 mobs instead of 9, but yeah.
You would still do the same thing.
Essentially, like the mobbing's pretty easy. It gets a lot lazier once you have -5, because
that's a big investment for like a new player or like a mule or something.
Yes, exactly. But even with just -2, that's the name of the game. Blades of Destiny, one rotation, respawn. Okay, Sudden Raid into Blade Tornado.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, okay. Actually, yeah. If you're gonna main this class though, 6 job is obviously really important. If it's just the boss meal, it's whatever.
Yeah.
But a key thing is that this is a 30-second cooldown when it's a non-6 job version. At 6 job, it becomes 14.
Okay.
Like more than half the cooldown gets cut. So
okay,
it becomes pretty important for mobbing if you're maining DB.
It becomes 14 at level 1 unlock, or does
level 1 just unlock level 1 will
okay.
bring it down to 14 from 30.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, for anyone who's actually farming, they're going to be 260, right? Like, there's no way people are just like farming on a character for fun under 260.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
so they'll probably have
like again,
all the masteries unlocked
of that crazy rotation in Arteria. Like,
yeah.
Once you have enough cooldown reduction, you get creative and you just start. Oh, there's people here, but I'll show it. Just pretend there's mobs here, right? You just down jump, Blades of Destiny, take the portal, boom, entire map's dead.
Yep.
Down jump, so reset here, wait for it to come off cooldown again. You just rinse, repeat.
Yeah. He showed it at the beginning of the interview. For anyone who skipped to this part, you can go back and you can watch him actually do this rotation where he's pressing one button.
Yep, just one button.
Okay, so where would you rank this class's mobbing, like pre-Janus?
Pre-Janus, I would say it's like where does like effort come into this, right? Like there is effort involved, right? Like I would say it's probably like maybe like B-.
Yeah.
Because there is effort involved, right? Like it's not like Night Lord where you just go left to right spamming showdown. You have Dark Flare, you have Fountain taking two spots, right? Like you actually just have to go out of your way to like plan out. Okay, with one flash jump, Blades of Destiny, it takes care of 70% of the map. The 30% will get taken care of by Fountain. Maybe there's a couple stragglers. You can't do anything about that.
Yeah.
So the next respawn, okay, I have Sudden Raid, a Blade Tornado, and a Blade Fury. Like okay. Like, there is some thinking involved. It's not as super like free until you get -5.
It's not like completely AFK either. Like you kind of still have to, like one way or another, you kind of have to move around a little bit.
Yes.
All right, I think that's fair.
I think it's the job done. Like you can
for sure, every single
time.
If you want to play, it's definitely not bad by any means. Like if you want to main this class, the mobbing is more than good enough, right? Like you're just not gonna be full AFK like playing other games on the side like other classes Okay, let's talk about the animations of the class. If you just want to go through and show off all the animations, this is our last section.
Okay.
And maybe just like give us a quick showcase of some of the things that changed with Hexa, because like masteries change animations as well, right? So people can see what the difference is.
Let me just unequip all of these, honestly.
Sure, yeah.
So I absolutely hate this Phantom Blow.
Yep. It's pretty dinky.
It looks so like, I don't know. It's like I got like that one triangular ruler. You remember when you were in grade school? Like, this is just what it looks like to me. Like, I think it looks terrible. And the reason why I think it looks terrible, because like before we got this version, like this version is because we had the Explorer remaster.
Yeah.
That changed its animation. Like it just, the only resemblance it has to the previous one is the fact that it's red.
Yeah.
It did not do a good job of like maintaining the feeling, the sharpness of it, like the way that it flowed, right? Like this just looks so weird, right?
Yeah.
And when you're jump attacking with it, like it looks even worse. Like, I don't know. It's like there's just like this triangular object in front of me, and that it doesn't really feel like I'm slashing.
Yeah.
Is the sense that compared that to the 6-job version, infinitely better. Like, this looks way better. There's definitely more elements of the original Phantom Blade with this version. With attack speed 10, it looks even smoother. Like, I know some people think like it kind of looks like squid arms almost. Like almost a little bit, but you know, it still has the element of sharpness to it. I like this a lot more than the 4th job version of this skill.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's what this looks like. Hold on, let me unequip this again. We have Blade Fury. I didn't really show this skill off too much, but this skill honestly looks pretty good. This is one of the better looking skills after the remaster. This is just like your basic. You would use this to mob, basically.
Okay.
Before we got M3, M4, you would actually just mob with Phantom Blow, because it had a larger hitbox and lower vertical.
Mm-hmm.
It was better than Blade Fury. But now with M3 and 4, it doesn't matter what you use, as long as you're killing the boss or killing the entire map. That's all that matters.
Okay.
So this is what it looks like pre 6 job, and here is where you might get a laugh out of this one. Oh, I'm in combat. Hold up. Now let me show you the, what's it called? The 6 job version.
Oh yeah, that's cooler.
It basically looks the same, just a little bit of more like,
it's like faster
flair to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then that little like star thing that you saw earlier, that's from Haunted Edge. So I told you earlier that Haunted Edge has 2 versions to it.
Mm-hmm.
If you proc Phantom Blow, it'll do the bossing mode. If you do Blade Fury, it'll do the mobbing mode. So that's what draws a star like that.
Yeah. Okay.
A little circle AoE around you, and then there's projectiles that fly out.
Yeah.
And then let me show you the non-Hexa Asura. So this is your hyper skill. For the next 3 seconds, you can't do anything but move around, and it just does damage. You don't have to hold the skill, by the way. I did say this is a key down, but it's basically all the properties of a key down without you actually having to hold the skill.
Okay.
So you press it, and this is what it looks like. You can move around, up jump like I mentioned before.
Yeah.
And that's it. It's like you're spinning at a high velocity, and there's an owl that bobs up and down for some reason.
Yeah.
And honestly, I like this version a lot more than the 6-shot version. I think the 6-shot version looks, I can't even describe it. It just looks terrible.
Okay.
It's on cooldown for another 30, so I'll show you some other stuff. This is Blade Clone. I have it locked because I don't like seeing it above my head. Let me get rid of this. But if you unlock it, you'll see this dagger.
Okay.
And this is just a buff indicator. You always have this buff active. So if I were to close it, I have an auto buff, so it comes back. There's no cooldown on it. This is just your final attack. That's what it looks like for the 6-shot version. The non-6-shot version just looks like a basic dagger.
A smaller sword.
Yeah, just a smaller little dagger.
Okay.
In terms of what that looks like, though, let me go to Dojo to show you. Like, there's actually like a little blue like hit marker thingy that shows up when you're attacking with it. And obviously, I've been pretty negative with the animations, but I do love the animations for the most part. Like, just some of these skills are just like, what were they thinking?
It's a cool class, like thematically with its animations. I think just coming from like an outside point of view as someone who just started playing the game, it does. They do feel dated. Like it feels like it could definitely use like a visual upgrade.
You know what's funny is that this class got remastered. Like all explorers got remastered. So if it still feels outdated to you, like
yeah,
damn. So that little blue smoke puff, that's the non-Hexa version of the blade clone procking.
Okay. Yeah, I see it.
And if I were to show you the 6-shot version, it's a lot more noticeable. That's for sure.
Okay. Darker, yeah. I see it.
Darker, more pronounced with the slashes.
Yeah, okay.
And then we have Sudden Raid that I gotta show you. Okay. So this is the normal Sudden Raid.
Uh-huh.
We gotta wait for that to come off cooldown. And then while that's happening, I'll show you the Hexa version of Asura. So this is what it looks like when you have 6-shot version Asura. So it's more scratchier, but the owl looks so... I don't even know what happened to the owl.
Okay.
Like, it just... Yeah, I don't know. The owl just became 2D.
Yeah,
like
okay.
And this is the 6-shot version of Sudden Raid.
Okay,
so much
cooler.
larger. The little dudes that show up are updated now. I don't know if you caught that in time, but they have like little red horns when it's a 6-shot version.
Yeah,
the non-6-shot version, they don't have horns. They're just dudes. Yeah, they're just dudes. They got more, I don't know, eviler with 6-shot, I guess.
Okay.
And let's see, what else is there? There is the Haunted Edge. So this is just what... Let me unequip it so I can show you just what Phantom Blow looks like. So you know that it's not Haunted Edge proccing. So this is just like a regular Phantom Blow, right? Or 6-shot Phantom Blow. And then you'll see like a little shotgun of like sharpness, like drills that come out. That.
Okay.
That's Haunted Edge. So that's what that looks like. And then you saw the star one earlier with Blade Fury.
Yeah.
It looks like this. Those are projectiles left by out.
Yeah.
And for the Blade Storm, this is your key down. Beautiful looking skill, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think it looks great.
That one's sick.
This skill was one of the reasons why I really liked Dual Blade, because that skill felt really powerful. You know what's crazy? This skill used to be a 10-second key down. Now it's 4. So
good change. Good
2
change.
later on. Yeah, that's not what I mean. Like that's what I mean. Like Nexon knows that key downs are just not that great in this game. It just feels bad.
Yeah.
So they just keep shortening and shortening it.
All right. Do you want to show off the origin one more time?
Oh yeah, of course. So all right, this is the first cast.
Yep.
And then while you're attacking, you'll see... Oh, wait. I'll Phantom Blow. You'll see, like, these little, like, deeper black-red scratches on the boss.
Okay, yeah.
Up here. And then when it expires, when you use all 10 stacks, or the remaining stacks, that happens.
Sick.
So, that's what the animation looks like. And, of course, Blade Tornado, Blades of Destiny. And then this skill, Mortality, it's hard to tell, but it's like this, like horned. Well, it says the god of the Netherworld appears, which is crazy. Once you have enough stacks, he comes out and just starts dealing damage, like that.
Oh, yeah, I saw him. Okay.
Yeah. So those are all the animations, I think. Oh, there's this flashbang as well. Yeah, flashbang. Yep. The party utility.
Okay.
Also, I forgot to mention this. You always want to have 100% uptime on this. This debuff lasts 60 seconds.
Yeah.
So it just gives you 10% damage. It's like 10 boss, basically.
Okay.
Yep, and those are the animations. In my opinion, I think that obviously I'm very biased. I would say it's like an A.
Okay.
Like an A. The reason why I say it's A is because I mean I think it looks great, but also unironically, like playing this class with full animations on is like doable. Like compared to like
yeah, it's not like flashbanging you like crazy.
Yeah, like I can actually play with like all the animations on.
Yeah.
And like I'm not like giga like blinded or like on I can actually see what's going on still, so I like that.
if you're a fan of dark red color scheme and like sword fighter classes, this is the one. This is sick.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is sick. Okay. That is everything that I had lined up for questions for you. We've covered pretty much everything that I would normally ask every single interviewer, and we've taken up more than enough of your time. I'm gonna ask you two random. Okay, there's one that I ask a lot of people because chat asks at the end a lot. You already talked about like a lot of the stuff happening with the 2-minute changes. I'll just ask you to answer this one very simply. Is Dual Blade getting stronger or weaker with the 2-minute patch?
Stronger in every way possible.
Okay.
Stronger because the class becomes easier to play, and because of the quality of life with keydowns, you're a lot safer now. There's not that much. The threat of dying now compared to later, much lower. Like you're much more safer now.
Yeah.
Or in the future when you use your keydowns.
Okay.
Not only that, but like yeah, just becoming a 2-minute class from 3-minute is a big. It's a big buff. It's a big buff.
Okay. And then the other question I was going to ask is if you could. So I already know about this, but for anyone who's maybe thinking about Dual Blade, if you could talk about the importance of having to do a thing that only Dual Blades need to do, which is Commercy.
Right. So, Commercy is really important for DB because you have this best in slot item called a Sweetwater Katara. The reason why this thing is best in slot is because the item itself, whether it's 0-star, whether it's 2-star, 17-star, right? It comes with 30% boss and 10 IED.
Okay.
Compared to like, just if you were to have a Fafnir one, right? Your guitar like this. There's none of that.
Yeah. Okay.
So it is important. Personally, for me, I would say, depending on your intentions with the character, would determine whether or not it's worth it for you to go out of your way to get it.
Okay.
If it's just gonna be a boss meal that does like normal Lotus and that's it, like normal Lotus, normal Damien, and everything below that, you don't really need to bother that. That's way too big of a commitment for something that won't really change the amount of time you spend to clear those bosses, right?
Okay.
If you were to have any plans of liberating it, then I would say like for sure you should just take the time to get it.
And it's just an RNG drop from doing the like daily quest.
So it is RNG, but it is affected by your drop rate.
Okay.
So you're always going to want to have drop rate regardless if you're dual blade or not, anyways, right?
Yeah.
So it's a pretty common drop when you have enough drop rate.
Okay.
Like you can easily get like 5 in a single day.
Okay.
Between like CBQ and solo voyages, of course.
Okay.
Key thing is that when you're doing solo voyages, any seawater item that can drop will only drop from the voyages that have bosses on them. So if they have the squid, the kraken, they have the leviathan, then that's the opportunity for you to get those items. But if you're just spamming like Dolce, for example, which is what people do a lot, there's no bosses that spawn, so there's no opportunity to get Sweetwater items at all. So if you're trying to min-max the amount of like Sweetwater Kataras that you can get, because the dagger can drop as well, you would do your 3 CBQ runs, and then for solo voyages, you would do whichever one you can that has a boss in it. The best being Lith Harbor, because Lith Harbor has a lot of the Leviathans and Krakens.
Okay. Okay. Well, there you go. That's everything. There's no possible way you could watch this interview and still have questions about Dual Blade. But if you do, I'm going to send you to SONTO because I can't answer the questions, but I guarantee you this guy can.
Honestly, this is a perfect time for me to talk about this, honestly. So I understand the frustrations of a new player, right? Because, we were once new players. I would say that it's so much better now compared to back then when it comes to finding information. finding information that's still relevant as well, because there's just some things about this game where it's like, oh, it was true 10 years ago, but overnight it's not true anymore. And then there are other things where it's been true ever since the game came out, right? Like, there's just too much like inconsistency with like, oh, this video came out 2 years ago, but is it still right? You know, you don't know. But for anyone that has any questions about Dual Blade, I created a Dual Blade Discord. There's another one, but the difference is that I made this one, if that means anything to you guys.
There you go.
I can plug it in the chat if that's okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
For any DBs that want to join.
DM it to me as well, so I can put it in the like in the YouTube description as well.
Oh yeah, for sure. One thing though is that there's a couple things here. Number one, this is a Dual Blade Discord that's like dedicated to the heroic experience. If you're a reg server Dual Blade, like you'll still learn a lot about the class, like what first to fourth job, fifth job, sixth job, you'll learn all that stuff. Link skills, what legion to use, artifacts, you'll still learn all that stuff. But like things like, oh, like what gearing you do, the economy of like buying this or buying that, like that's not something that's in my realm because I don't play on reg server.
Mm-hmm.
Not only that, but just to keep discussions more focused, you can't speak to other people if you're playing reg server, just so that there's not like too much overlap with like people asking questions that are related to reg server only, and then it gets confusing at that point. It sucks, I know, but for the sake of just keeping things consistent, this is just like a reboot specific server.
Okay. Well,
not only that, but if you also want to talk, you have to like verify yourself. Like someone has to give you the role, just so that you know there's at the very least you read the FAQ, and then if you want to ask questions and want to talk to people, then you can verify yourself. Otherwise, all the information that you want to know about is available the moment you join. You don't have to verify yourself. You can see everything already. It's just talking is an extra step. That's it.
Yep. As it should be, honestly. All right, brother. Well, we've taken up enough of your time. Get back to your raids.
Oh, for sure. It was a good time. I had fun.
I heard you're trying to get a Baldrix party together too. So guys, if you're looking for a Baldrix party, hit up my boy Sonto. He's been playing forever. And get that world. All right, I guess not world first. Get that Chronos first clear. Yeah.
Yeah. Who wants to pick up a DB that has a, what letter was it? A D+ in party play. Woohoo!
Hey, but you got a 23-star Katara. I saw it. We all saw it. You're good. That's all you need. That makes up for it. That's a lot of damage right there. I heard, guys. I heard that's like 100 FD.
Yeah. If only.
All right, bro. Well, thank you so much for taking the time. You're the goat. You're actually the Dual Blade goat. Everyone was like really looking forward to having you on here for Dual Blade. So thank you for accepting the call.
No, for sure. No, of course. I mean, if you ever want to do this again, then you know
absolutely, bro. Absolutely. I'm not going to any other Dual Blades.
Oh, come on now. I'm sure there's okay. A lot of the other Dual Blades, I feel like they're just really shy.
Why would I call Robin when I could call Batman? You know?
Because Robin can call Batman. Or what if Batman's out of town? Then you got Robin. You know?
I mean, I guess. But I'm putting a bat signal in the sky, not the Robin signal, you know?
Oh, good.
All right,
I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, we're going to let you go. Thank you again. You're the GOAT, and we'll talk soon. Send me, DM me anything that you might want me to include in the YouTube description as well, for anyone who's looking for you.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, thanks, brother.
Yep, good night, everyone, and take care. Until next time.
Later, bro. W Sonto. Dude, he showed up with the fucking overlay. He showed up with the VTube thing. He showed up with his audio working. Tommy the GOAT. W Sonto. Yeah, guys, Sonto also streams on Twitch. I don't know if he has an active YouTube as well, but we should 100% have all of the links that you might need to find him down below if you guys are looking for someone to talk about anything regarding Dual Blade. He does? Well, there you go. W. Okay. I like that class a lot. I heard before that Dual Blade is a fantastic mule to make. Like very, very, very good mule, just like objectively from a lot of people for a lot of reasons. And it sounds like it might even get better after the 2-minute change, coming soon TM. Yeah. If you don't like CPQ, Commercy, normally I would say maybe it's not the class for you, but it sounds like it's actually fairly easy to get those drops. So maybe it's really not that bad. I was worried it was going to be something that I had to farm for like weeks or months or whatever, but if you can get like multiple drops in a day, then it doesn't sound like it would be that bad. I'm kind of down. Anyway, YouTube, appreciate you guys. Thanks for being here. Don't forget to subscribe if you have not yet for more interview content. We got new videos coming out every single day. New videos happening, new interviews happening live on my stream almost every single night. I say almost because it's not actually going to be every single night, but almost every single night. If you want to participate in the conversation or the community votes, come by. This is the place to do it. If you learned anything that you didn't know about Dual Blade from this interview, let us know, because I would love to pass that information on along to SONTO and tell them, like, bro, you actually know stuff that Dual Blade players don't even know yet. I think it's happened in like at least every single interview so far. Someone's like, yo, I made this class. I didn't know I could do that. If you have anyone on your friends list who mains any of the classes that I still need, I actually think my list is filling up at this point, so I don't think I need any more mains to show up. So what that means is that I have every single class, almost every single class, lined up and ready to go for this series. Let me know which ones you guys want to see next, because I still have some time slots available that I could fill, that I could like specifically ask people to do next. But for the most part, we've got everybody lined up and ready to go. This series is an absolute W. The whole community for participating, for helping. You guys have been super wholesome, super helpful, fucking fantastic. I love you all. Keep being real. My friends, thank you guys so much for watching. I love you all. I'll see you in the next one.